Alright, everyone, welcome back. I wake up. I look at the clock right away and see that's past 11 p.m.
目が覚めましたか、シロ。
Welcome back, Saber. Saber says in a calm voice, sitting on her knees. It has already been half a day since we came back from the church. She must have been watching over me the whole time I was unconscious.
ああ、起きた。体も問題ないよ。疲れも取れたし、頭痛も消えた。
I get up in bed. The sensations in my limbs are back to usual. The magic circuit that I overused is still exhausted, but it hasn't burnt up.
行くのですか、シロ。
Saber suddenly asks. The answer's obvious, so I silently nod back.
わかりました。では私も同行します。ですがシロ、リンは私のマスターです。彼女を救い出すのは私の役目だ。
逆だ、セイバー。アーチャーとは俺がやる。
I interrupt Saber. She looks at me uneasily.
それはダメだ、シロ。アーチャーはあなたの。
She hesitates, having a hard time saying it.
分かってる。あいつが何者なのかは多分出会った時から分かってた。
I was repulsed by him without reason from the first time we met. I stubbornly hated him, thinking that I could not approve of him. That's only natural. Any person would look away if they are shown their own mistakes.
けど、だからこそあいつがしたことは認めない。あいつとだけは俺が決着をつけなくちゃいけないんだ。
I stand up. My body is in great condition. There's only half a day until the time is up. I can't spend any more time resting.
シロ。
こんなことを言える立場じゃないけど、頼む、セイバー。アーチャーとは俺がやる。その時、どうなっても手を出さないでいてほしい。
I bow as I ask Saber.
いいえ、そのようなことをする必要はありません、シロ。あなたがそう望むのなら、私はそれに従いましょう。この身はあなたの盾になると誓ったのです。その行く末を最後まで見届けます。
Her answer is perfect. Her dignified voice sweeps away the uneasiness lingering on my mind.
ありがとう。セイバーが見守ってくれるんなら心強い。
はい。私もあなたがそうであってくれて嬉しい、シロ。
And I'm glad you are you, Saber. She smiles back. We prepared for departure now. We leave my house. Who would have thought that we would go back to that castle again?
おい、お前ら、人の話聞いてねえだろ。
は？
We both turn around. Oh, come to think of it, Lancer was still here.
なんだ、案外暇なんだな、あんた。
It just slips out. He seems to be aware of himself as he doesn't seem to deny it.
ランサー、あなたが何を企んでいるかは知りませんが、私たちに同行しても得るものはありません。アーチャーはすでにマスターを持たないサーバント。あなたのマスターが倒したがるとは思えませんが。
ああ、分かってる分かってる。別にアーチャーの野郎をどうこうしようって気はねえ。坊主と奴の殺し合いにも手は出さねえから安心しろ。
では何のためについてこようというのです。私との決着を望むのならここでつけても構いませんが。
いや、それも願い下げだな。俺は貴様のマスターと敵対する気はない。むしろ売りたいのは恩でね。ここらで貸しを作っておこうと、そういう腹だ。
Saber glares at Lancer, and Lancer aloofly ignores her stare.
分かった。好きにしろ。遠坂を助ける手助けをしてくれるならこっちも助かる。
シロ、ランサーは敵です。そのような軽い決断は。
その点は大丈夫だろう。そいつ根性ひん曲がってるけど嘘を言うやつじゃないし 何より回りくどいことなんてできない。俺たちを騙したいんならその前に真正面から倒しに来てるさ。
He knows him so well already.
それはそうですが、しかし
いや、セイバーが嫌だって言うなら追っ払うけど、こいつ放っておいてもついてくるぞ。それならそばにいさせて監視した方が楽だろ
たった数日で随分と口がうまくなったのですね、シロ。
う。いや、いろいろあったから。ま、そういうことだ、ランサー。俺たちもあんたに関与しないから、あんたも俺たちには口を出さない。それでいいなら一緒に行こう。
I would love to see a version in which Lancer is on their side more often than not, besides this one and only route. I called to Lancer, who was watching us with a smile.
十分だ。いや、いいコンビじゃねえか。セイバーは見ての通り融通が利かないからな。お前が大人になってくれて助かったぜ。
そのようなことはありません。融通が利かないのはむしろシロの方だ。私がどれほど苦労したか、あなたに何がわかるのです。
さあ、なんだ、聞けば話してくれるのか、セイバー。いいぜ、城までは随分とある。道中お前の苦労話を魚としよ
う。なぜ私がそのようなことを説明しなくてはならないのです。それこそあなたには無関係ではないですか。
Saber accuses Lancer. Saber and Lancer really don't get along. I didn't think that Saber would yell like Tosaka.
まあいいか。それより行くぞ。遊んでる暇はないんだ。できるだけ早く城に行かなくちゃいけないんだからな。
I leave the two behind and start walking.
シロ、私は遊んでいるわけではありません。
Jim must still be worked up as she yells as she catches up. Lancer keeps his distance from us and follows us aloofly. It's midnight. I know how long it takes to get to the castle from here. We should be able to make it in time. We'll most likely get there by dawn. We head towards the masterless old castle in the forest and start walking in the night. Oh, already. Okay. Over here. Excellent. It is daybreak. The knight in red is leaning against a pillar and staring at his own arm. He puts strength into his fingertips and clenches his fist. Only about half of his sensations are left. Even though he is a heroic spirit, he cannot maintain his existence without a master that helps him stay in this world. Archer is existing because of a special ability that his class holds, but that is nearing its limit. The knight in red's remaining strength is less than the 10th of his original powers. His fist lacks strength, and he should slowly start fading if he lets his guard down. But there's no problem. Even if he only has a 10th of his powers remaining, it is enough to finish Shiro Emiya off. Considering the difference in their abilities, this is not even a handicap. Therefore, it will end once they fight. His one and only objective will be accomplished here. That's right. He has been waiting for this moment. He has endured this endless repetition hoping for this chance. He can only wait for a miracle that would not usually be able to occur with a possibility close to zero, and his wish is granted. No, it is about to be granted. He does not care about what awaits him afterwards. He will kill his own self in his own hands. That wish, which doesn't have enough of a future to be hope, is what kept him going after he wore out.
長かったのか、それとも刹那に過ぎなかったのか。
He is an existence that disappears after each summoning to start with. His memory does not remain intact, whether he repeats that cycle 100 times or 1,000 times. It only stays in its body as knowledge. Heroic spirits know about other heroic spirits because they have accumulated knowledge. It's just like a book. Every time they are summoned, the book with its history is sent to its home. They remain in the household and read the books that are sent. What is troubling is that the one at the house does not know when those books are sent. The past or future does not matter. All the books are already in his room. His only way of measuring time is to read the records of his cleaning that he will carry out. It makes no difference whether it's an eternity or an instant. An eternity is an instant and an instant is an eternity. Therefore, he does not know how rare this miracle is. He doesn't know whether it was the first time or the 1,000th time he was summoned since he gained this hope. All he has is this unordered knowledge. The future, past, and present are all things that heroic spirits don't have.
来客か。邪魔は入らんというから来てやったのだがな。
The knight in red suddenly gets up. Did his ears hear an intruder? Footsteps echo to the castle that should be silent.
へえ、驚きだね、遠坂。半信半疑だったけど、本当にこんなところにいたんだ。
Can you, just get lost already, Shinji? The voice echoes. The boy who entered rudely is Shinji Mato.
おっと、物騒な真似はなしだぜ、アーチャー。こっちはお前に用はないんだ。お前だって遠坂に用はないんだろ。ならここで殺し合うことはないんじゃない？
Shinji Mato walks over with light steps. He is looking at Rin Tosaka, who is tied to a chair. The girl doesn't say anything and stares at the intruder while being tied up. That must make him pleased. Shinji Mato licks his lips in satisfaction and walks to the girl.
あ？
Shinji Mato glances in annoyance at the knight who is staring down at him in silence.
何？やるっていうの？本気かよ。お前なんて相手になるわけないじゃんか。
Shinji Mato smiles and returns to the entrance. There stands the golden-haired boy, the 8th servant Gilgamesh. He himself is a disaster. The golden servant looks at the knight with cool eyes. But within them, the red eyes distorted from his smile only have the intention to murder the enemy in front of him. The knight in red is still silent. It makes no difference whether Shinji Mato appears or the strongest servant in front of him is ready to attack him. The knight calmly stares at the uninvited enemies.
ブルってるんだろ、アーチャー。いいんだぜ、別に恥じゃない。あいつはバーサーカーだって難なく始末したサーバントなんだからさ。お前がおじけつくのも当然。
リンが欲しいのか、マトシンジ。
え？ああ、当然じゃないか。そうでもなけりゃこんな城には近寄らないよ。
そうか。ならば事が済むまで待て。エミや城を始末した後ならばくれてやる。それまであれは私のものだ。それが聞けぬとあれば仕方がない。不本意だがここで死ぬことになるぞ、ギルガメッシュ。
The knight in red declares, still staring at the golden servant.
愉快だな、道化。
Was that statement itself good enough reason for the man to kill Archer? The golden servant identifies the knight in red in front of him as a target he must kill.
待てギルガメッシュ、早まるなよ。ことはスマートに行こう。いいじゃん、くれるってんだからもらっておこう。どうせアーチャーはマスターがいないんだ。何度も裏切ったこいつと契約するマスターなんていないんだしさ。ほっとけば消えるんだろう。遠坂はその後でもらえばいい。
Shinji Mato stares at the red knight, still smiling. His eyes look as if he's enjoying the fate of the one who is about to disappear soon.
賢明だな、マトシンジ。その判断は的確だ。君はある意味誰よりもマスターにふさわしい。
なんだ、あんた見どころあるじゃん。もったいない。それなら僕のところに来てれば契約してやったのに。
Gah, no. Stepping away from the knight in red, Shinji Mato claps his hands happily.
けど悪いね。 もう他のサーバントなんていらないんだ。残念だけどさ、おとなしく消えちゃってよ、あんた。
言われるまでもない。それで結局どうするのだ？ここで私と戦うか、私が消え去るのを待つのか？
ああ、待ってやるよ。エミヤを始末するまで遠坂は僕たちが守ってやろうじゃないか。けどそうだな。となるとあれはもう僕のだろう。なら何をしても構わないと思わない？
He looks at the knight in red and Ren Tosaka with snake-like eyes. Those words test the loyalty of the knight in red. To that,
傷をつけるなというのがエミヤシロとの契約だが、それは夜明けとともに消える。刻限が来たのならあとは好きにするがいい。
the knight in red answers in an almost emotionless voice.
聞いたかよ、遠坂。お前のサーバントマスターを売っ払うってさ。
Sneering laughter echoes through the dingy room. The red knight leaves the room as if he has no interest. He passes by Gilgamesh. He goes into the hallway, ignoring the red eyes that look at him amused. At that moment,
フェイカ
the King of Heroes says, mocking him. Dawn approaches. Our conversation dies off as we head deeper into the woods and the silence weighs heavily. Once I'm through the forest, I, Shiro Emiya, will settle the score with that man. I have no chance of victory. My defeat is certain. I'm well aware that I'll be slaughtered as soon as we cross swords. I don't feel fear, but not out of defiance or determination. I might die, but he's long dead. The moment I realized this, I knew that I was no different. There's no longer any point in feeling gloomy about my own death. I pass the castle gate. Saber's expression is dark. She knows what sort of fight awaits me. She's troubled by me and him. No matter who lives or falls, the same man will disappear. She's in anguish, unsure whether she should put a stop to this absurd duel. She glances skyward. Her eyes look severe, or perhaps angry that such a vain battle must be fought. And so we return. We come to a great ruined hall. Morning mist shrouds the ground to be our mutual resting place.
来たか。随分と遅い到着だな、エミヤシロ。
His icy voice rings through the air. Its familiar baritone comes from the second story. The man stands there atop crumbling stairs that culminate in a sunlit plateau. His crimson cloak seems distant and hazy. But I can see him. I can make out every exact detail of my enemy. We share the same eagle eyes after all. He is the servant assigned the role of archer. He's a bowman, yet not a bowman. A contradictory person who possesses a vast number of noble phantasms and hurls them out unsparingly. All of his noble phantasms are replicas, and his personal noble phantasm is the ability to create infinite swords. I was the only one who failed to realize his identity. Heroic spirits are summoned from all eras. If the past doesn't contain an appropriate hero, then one might be born in the future.
ようやく気づいた。あのペンダントが2つあるはずがない。あれはもともと。
そうだ。あれは命を救われたお前が生涯持ち続けたもの。この世に2つとない遠坂凛の父の形見だ。
It's a paradox for two of them to exist. If Shio Emiya held onto the pendant for the rest of his life, then
英霊の召喚には必ず触媒が必要となる。お前がセイバーを召喚したように、召喚者と英霊にはつながりがなくてはならない。遠坂凛には 英霊を呼び出すための触媒がなかった。故に彼女は呼び出したサーバントに何の縁もないと思い込んだ。だが偶然で呼び出される英霊などいない。召喚者と英霊には必ず物質的な縁が必要となる。
If that's true, then there's only one explanation. Tosaka didn't have anything to connect herself to Archer, but
そう、召喚者ではなく呼び出された英霊そのものが召喚者に縁のあるものを持っていた場合のみだ。
that tiny gem of which there is only one in the world. Someone saved my life and I never found out who. But I kept the pendant with me, assuming it must have belonged to my savior. That's the answer. He was Tosaka's pendant, which makes him the heroic spirit, Emiya. My future self. The man standing before me perfected Shiro Emiya's incomplete abilities and achieved my ideals. The red-clad knight looks down at me from atop the stairs. There's no sign of anyone else around. I find it funny that Rin ended up summoning Shiro as her servant. When you really think about it, that's just as funny too. Only he and I stand here in the hall.
アーチャー、遠坂はどうした？
あの小娘なら城のどこかに置いてきたが、気に病むのなら急げ。お前が来るのが遅いのでな、先に来た的を信じにくれてやったところだ。
だと。
お前との約束は守っている。俺は手出しはせん。他の人間が彼女に何をしようが、俺には関わりのないことだ。まあ、結果は見えているがな。的真司は遠坂凛に情欲と敵がいを抱いている。あれに凛を預ければどうなるかは考えるまでもない。凛に挑発された小僧は我慢できずに口火を切り、今頃は妙なことになっているかもしれんぞ。
My blood boils. How can he just talk about her like that?
ああ、焦るな、坊主。あのお嬢ちゃんなら俺に任せろ。
Thanks, Lancer.
何？すぐに助け出してやる。
ランサー？
マスターからの命令だな。元から俺はあのお嬢ちゃんを死なせないために協力したわけだ。いや、これが思いのほか居心地よくてな。昨日のは悪くなかった。自分の仕事を気に入れるっていうのは俺にとっては珍しい。
But that flippant remark, Lancer ignores Archer and heads for the western terrace.
ランサー。
気にするな。これはあくまで俺の趣味だ。ま、今までいけすかねえ命令ばっかりだったからな。この命令は最後まで守り抜く。そっちはそっちで自分の面倒だけ見てやがれ。
ああ、遠坂を頼む。
Lancer departs with an eye. But then, he stops and turns as if remembering something.
おい、何してんだセイバー。お前も来るんだよ。
Saber looks pained.
いいえ、私はここに残ります、ランサー。
Her response isn't what you'd expect from a servant.
本気か？今のマスターはお嬢ちゃんだろ？サーバントが守るべきはマスターだけのはずだが。
分かっています。ですが、それでも私はここに残りたい。私はこの戦いを見守らなければ。
そうかよ。なら好きにしな。
Lancer disappears. The blue-clad spearman easily leaps up to the second-story terrace and disappears down the hallway without another glance. Archer doesn't make any move to stop him. Tosaka seems to have outlived her usefulness to him. I step forward through the rubble. I'm headed for the middle of the hall at the bottom of the stairs. Saber stays where she is. She intends to watch us fight and keep her emotions in check.
手出しはしないか。それはありがたい。ここまで来てセイバーに邪魔をされるようでは、リンと契約を切った意味がないからな。
I can hear her hesitate. She inhales slightly and answers the man standing at the top of the stairs.
ええ、私は手出しをしません。何があろうと、あなたとシロの戦いの邪魔はしない。
それは結構。ならば安心して小僧を始末できるというものだ。
はい。ですが、その代わりに一つだけ答えてほしい。アーチャー、なぜあなたはシロを殺そうというのです？
なぜも何もないだろう。そいつが俺を認められないように、俺もそいつを認められないだけだよ。
そんなはずはない。あなたはシロだ。エミやシロという人物の理想、英雄となった姿があなたではないのですか？ならどうしてこんな自分を殺すような真似をするのです？
なぜそう思う？未熟だった頃のエミヤシロとエミヤと呼ばれる英雄となった俺は別の存在だ。そうでなければ同時に存在などできないが。
それはあなたがサーバントになったからでしょ。時間軸にとらわれない守護者になったのなら、自身が生きた時代に呼ばれることもあると聞きます。あなたはシローだ。シローがずっと思い描いて、その努力が叶った姿があなたのはずだ。なのに、どうして？
Why did you turn out so differently? I can hear her anguished question even if she doesn't say the words aloud. He starts down the stairs without answering. He can't answer. If he could, then he wouldn't be here trying to settle things by force.
あーちゃん。
Saber challenges him without actually stepping forward.
いいんだセイバー、いいから下がっていてくれ。
With one hand, I gesture for her to move back to the entrance.
ですが、シロー。
気持ちは嬉しいけど話しても無駄だ。あいつは初めから俺を殺すことだけが目的だったんだから。
Saber bites her lip in distress. She looks at me, and then at Archer as he descends the stairs to the hall.
なぜなのです、アーチャー。私にはわからない。守護者とは死後、英霊となって人間を守るものと聞いた。その英霊がなぜ自分自身を殺そうなどと考えるのか。
守護者だ。
Archer stops and looks down at Saber emotionlessly. The words seem to have struck a nerve with him.
違うよセイバー。守護者は人間を守るものではない。あれはただの掃除屋だ。俺が望んでいた英雄などでは断じてない。
His voice changes. Hatred and scorn tinge his dispassionate tone.
アーチャー。
俺は確かに英雄になった。エミヤシロという男が望んでいたように正義の味方になったんだ。
A hero of justice. Someone who always does the right thing and doesn't let anyone get hurt. The kind of person Shiro Emiya has always wanted to be. Who doesn't retreat from any disaster and saves everyone equally. Is he saying that he achieved that ideal?
アーチャー。
ああ、確かにいくらかの人間を救ってきたさ。自分にできる範囲で多くの理想を叶えてきたし、世界の危機とやらを救ったこともあったよ。英雄と遠い昔から憧れていた地位にさえついにはたどり着いたこともある。
英雄にたどり着いた。ならシローは報われたのですね。少なくともここにいるあなたはエミやシローの理想を叶えられたのでしょう。ならあなたには悔いなどないはずだ。シローはちゃんとその理想を叶えたのだから。
Her verbal challenge doesn't have much force behind it. She already knows. She's aware that her words were merely wishful thinking.
理想を叶えたか。確かに俺は理想通りの正義の味方とやらになったさ。だがその果てに得たものは後悔だけだった。 残ったものは死だけだったからな。